Alive.
Okay.
Hey, we're back live
All right.
again. Hey, decent
Welcome,
weekly,
welcome.
decent router weekly. So my name is Matt Hendricks, and we have you say your name
And I'm
for
Tyler Moore. I seems like I'm coming in a little bit laggy there, but Tyler Moore, Chief Software Engineer over here at the Open Source. Welcome to the stream.
Yes, yes, man, yes. So we've been really busy the last 2 weeks, but we wanted to make sure we jumped on the stream and we just talked through what's going on with dSIPRouter. We are planning for a release in late November. It was a little bit like middle November, but it's gonna probably be later November. And a lot of what we call this the paper cut release, and there's going to be a lot of different things that has bothered us, and we know it has bothered you, and some of you have been outspoken on some of the things that it bothers you. So I'm super excited for that new release. We're kind of fitting that in to all the projects and momentum we have around the project. So, really do appreciate everyone that is supporting the project. Subscriptions are key. That's how we stay alive. I mean, it's great for us to, you know, um, to build something and have it given to the community. But we do really need people to help support us, and so we do appreciate that people have stepped up and bought subscriptions. So that is really appreciative of that. So anyway,
Yep.
Tyler, what's
That's
going
how the
on in your
project
world?
lives.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. So
So what's going
I'm
on?
also very well. I just wanted to piggyback on that. I just wanted to thank everybody who answered all of our questions because we came out to the community and all the subscribers and asked what are the issues, and that's really to go back to the release. That's what we're focusing on this release is the paper cut issues. Yeah, I'll dive right into a couple of things I'm working on. So I've been working on server side paging. I know a lot of people have people that have been using it for a while have started running into these issues where they're seeing their memory just chug along until it gets exhausted. So if you have a lot of entries, when that gets pulled into a full query client side, that's just a lot of memory ate up. So we're taking that over to the server side on the DBMS, and that's all going to be paged over there. So when it gets requested, you link a small chunk of memory, whatever you actually wanted, instead of doing
That's
that
cool.
client side.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
That's going to
that's
be
one of the
huge.
cool things. Yeah, I think that's going to be a really cool one. One of the other things we're working on is we got from the last two releases, we found that the MS Teams feature actually got broken with one of those integrations. So I'm working on getting that fixed as well, getting that into the next release. We are not going to get this release out the door without getting that fixed. That's a key component.
Yes, it's one of the things that makes the project exciting for a lot of people. So that's going to be super dope. Um, I think one of the things that also I think we also are trying to go to AstraCon this year, right? I think you put a couple of submissions in um, to go
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I think
We
that's
both
pretty dope.
we're both going to be doing a talk there.
Well, we don't. I don't know. We're going to talk yet. We got to get accepted. Did you get accepted yet? I didn't get. I didn't get anything. Did you get accepted and I didn't? I don't know.
I haven't seen the acceptance letter yet. I'm assuming that it's going to take them a while to go through all those
Yeah.
submissions. So yeah,
Y-
we'll see. If not, we're still gonna be there. We're gonna come say hi to
Yep.
everybody, see how the community is doing, see what problems people that integrate with Asterisk are dealing with. And
Right.
I think that kind of piggybacks right into the not the PJ SIP because we looked at that before, but we some of the WebRTC issues that we started looking into a couple releases ago.
Yeah, and that's been like a little bit of a pain, but I want to give a quick shout out to Fat Burger, which is his or her name on GitHub. they actually uh, put a, I don't know, it was a, let me see, was it a pull request? No, but it was like they gave us all the code in an issue. Um, and that issue was around the WebRTC stuff. And it looks pretty good. I'm looking for it now, but I saw the Fat Burger. I don't even know where it is right now, but it looks pretty good of a commit, or it looks like it could potentially be a commit. And that's what we need. You know, we need people that's going to go in and actually, um, you know, go off and actually build certain feature enhancements for us so that we can integrate it in the project. So really do appreciate that. I'm looking for it right now where I can see if there's a way I can say their real name or if their real name is associated with it because I think you want to give people we want to do a good job of making sure that people feel um, you know, just appreciate it for the commits that they provide to us. And I'm looking for his name right now. Okay. Yeah, it's Fatburger 25. Let's see who this is. And let's see. Oh, you know what? They didn't even no, it is a GitHub issue actually. Issue
He'll be
554
tagged in the
actually.
issue as well.
Yeah, yeah, Fatburger 54. I really want to like know who this is, but the commit looks really good, and I think this is something that we're going to be able to get in to the next release. So I'm just very grateful that you know they took the time to actually build it out. Now it would have been even better if you would have did a pool and then and and go ahead and committed it. But we're not gonna complain about that. I'm just happy that they took the time to at least just do something. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and just to let everybody know, we take code submissions. Like this was submitted on GitHub on an issue, but we take them anywhere. You know, we'll get it formatted and we'll do a code review with you. Preferred process is through a PR, and then that way we can see the code changes side by side. You can do a code review on it. But if it's just through an issue, or you just fire off a quick email, or in the community Slack, it's fine. Wherever you can get it submitted, we'll review it. It will get reviewed. Getting an answer
Yes.
to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, and I'm just actually I just sent him an email and said we appreciate it, but this is dope. So um, the other thing here is that, um, you know, as we talk to more and more customers, um, it's great to like just figure out what the future of the product will look like, what people need. So please, join us on our Slack channel, and I'll put our Slack in here as well because I think this will, you know, help us kind of understand where the product should be going. Um, because I don't know, me and Tyler sit and talk about this all the time, but it'd be great if other people can tell us what they want in the product as well. Um,
Yeah, there's a lot of use cases
get
out
the
there. So, somebody may have more importance on a few different use cases, or some use cases we haven't seen before. So that's bring it to our attention. And that's why we're reaching out more in
yeah,
the community. Just like we're signing up to as many conferences as we can, getting our faces out there.
yeah, it's important to do. Yeah, I got the invite link, copy link. Sorry, it took me a minute to get the link. I'm actually gonna put this as a
And we will
put this
have
as
the
a
Slack
banner
channel in
that
the
we
show
put.
notes as well. So you can check there afterwards. Well, that's good.
Yeah, this is a link to it. This is a terrible looking link, but I'll be in the show notes. We'll have to do like a tiny URL or something to get people so they can see it. But yeah, I mean, I think the more people that are in the the more people that we're communicating to and understanding their biggest issues. Um, there's been a lot of work in the on the familial side as well that I think is going to make our lives a lot easier that we just even haven't started using yet. I mean, especially some of the stuff around like the interfaces, like like now you can kind of associate a name with the interface. So that's going to be huge for us when we get around to like making that available in the UI. But and I think more. I think sooner than what I thought. I think we're gonna probably have some type of mid-register. Like I'm seeing a couple of customers that we have that is really asking for a mid-register, which means um, we'll be able to handle more vanilla free switches. Right now, DSIP really focuses on Fusion, FreePBX, um, but by doing this piece where we actually are able to do like mid-register type stuff, it actually makes a lot more sense to use vanilla free switch for some use cases. So, so I don't know. I'm excited, man. I think this is gonna be it's just a good time to be in VoIP, even though I know kids aren't coming out of school like yes, I want to be in VoIP, but there's a lot of companies still building VoIP infrastructure for a number of different use cases. So it's still an exciting industry to be in.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much catch up from the regulations and from the old PSTN world. I mean, there's still companies that are migrating off of those networks and trying to figure out what is the next step. So that's our job as engineers to kind of help them through that process. And big part of dSIPRouter is that can you can you use this puzzle piece in your stack? Can it help you migrate easier? Is it a good fit for your company?
Y- Yeah, I think that's a big thing is that I know my vision a little bit is just making it so that we can so we can do this a little bit be as modular as we can, right? We kind of want DSIP to be something that you can stick into your architecture, and it kind of takes over some level of responsibility from you, so that you don't have to build a certain feature or architect a certain feature. So, I mean, I just really want us to, you know, lean into that and just really focus on what can we take away from or not take away, but what can we alleviate from a net new VoIP project per se? I mean, maybe it's an existing VoIP project that somebody doesn't have to build. They can stick decent router in that maybe they handle their carrier communication because it's easier. Like if you wanted to add a new carrier to your infrastructure and you don't have a central place for all of your carriers to go, that means all of your servers, all your media servers have to go around and change them to point to your new carrier. You got to test that it works. You got to make sure you have ACLs in place. So, obviously, delegating that to something like dSIPRouter to do uh, takes that task away, and now all you have to worry about is that your your media server knows how to communicate with dSIPRouter. So I don't know. I think
Hmm.
there's so many patterns that people could apply it to, and maybe we need to spend a little bit of time of doing some marketing on what the patterns are.
Yeah, I think one that I've seen quite a bit is people will use their, people always have to have this dev and staging environment. And yeah, you're going to need those once you start scaling, but there's not a good way, at least on the SIP side, to A/B test your new deployment. So if you're per se adding a route or adding a carrier, can you keep the live traffic up and do an A/B test after you deploy that? Make sure everything's actually working correctly. Can you have shadow requests going to somewhere to actually review those, or maybe part of them, 2% of your requests go to this new upgraded, or after your changes, whatever they are, whether it's carrier or new endpoint groups or routing method. So I think it's a little off topic from what you were on, but I think that would be a feature that I'm looking to put into it really soon. I think a lot of people are looking for something like that, where they can A/B test and roll things back really quickly, have things up and live, testing those, and making sure your customers are actually getting what you expected.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty cool, I think that's pretty cool use case of doing A/B testing. I never really thought about that per se, you know. But yeah,
Well, think
that's a
about, you
great.
have it everywhere else, like anywhere except for VoIP. You deploy a new feature on YouTube, A/B testing, and then they'll have
Mhm.
5 different versions of it.
Hmm.
So I
So
think
so
that's
A/B
a
test.
feature
So
that we
basically,
should have. Yeah, go ahead.
like, so adding new, would it be like adding, like, at a carrier level? Let's just say use case, like these are routers being used to send carriers out, and let's just say, like, the the usual version of it is that it uses, I don't know, signal wire for its carriers for right now. Are you saying that being able to add another carrier in and then, like, splitting the load and kind of validating it's working, or are you talking about something more intricate of doing A/B testing?
Like the whole dSIPRouter service. So how can you
Oh,
abstract that from itself and then say, all right, I'm going to try this new version of it.
oh,
These
got you,
five
got you,
new
got you.
versions of it. We'll run the A/B tests, and then we'll get our results back while they're live running. And then you can be assured that you're getting these results with each one of those. And then you can go, okay, well, we're actually going to go with this one. Let's change over to that. So
Got you. These are
kind of,
router, like the UI, like the whole system being able to AP test that. Um, that's interesting. I didn't really think about that. That's interesting.
yeah, maybe at the entire service level, or a little bit further down, like your change set of changes. So
Hmm.
including like your carrier
That's
group,
what I
all
was
the things that
thinking.
are in the database.
Yeah.
Yeah. But being able to like
That's what
roll
I was
back and
thinking.
test those at the same time be a really useful feature, I think. I just don't see it anywhere else in VoIP, Nobody has something like that.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you wanted to, like, A/B test, let's just say you want to add a new carrier, like for us, like, we could do a little bit of that, but we can't do it to the extent you're talking about. Like, we can say, all right, let's add a new carrier, and
Mhm.
then on your media servers, any traffic that comes from, you know, I guess we could put a percentage of that traffic on this new carrier, I mean, in a carrier group. But yeah, it'd be tough, like, to kind of monitor and figure out, comparing it to the previous configuration, right? To see the completion rates are different or something of that nature. So that's interesting. Um, that's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Um,
Also an interesting problem to solve, because how do you have two running live configs on the same service?
mhm.
And how can you roll those back in a atomic way without data? Interesting engineering problem as well.
Yeah, it is an interesting engineering problem. Um, I think that the one other thing that I realized is that we got to figure out how to, obviously add more monitoring and stuff to our UI. We don't really have good monitoring. Just certain things we just probably need to do. Some I don't think we should be obviously a data dog or a Grafana or nothing like that. But just being able to have some more basic data so that people can see what's going on. So, because you know a large part of our user base are non white people, so doing something like that is good. It's nothing nobody's doing like knocking at our door and yelling at us about it, but it's definitely something that I think about whenever I'm even using it. Because I'm like, man, how do I do this? How do I test
Hmm.
how I validate this is working the way I want it to work? So
Or get alerts
that's
when you're
that.
at a disk or some issue,
Yeah,
where the server's down, simple things like that.
yeah, yeah,
We've
for
actually
sure.
done that quite a few times already, where we've spun up extra monitoring and we've tried out a few different services to provide that to the NOC, because when you start scaling, you're going to build out your NOC, your network operations center, and they're going to need to monitor stuff. So we're kind of figuring Grafana and Prometheus. We're trying to find out if there's ways that we can integrate some of the dSIPRouter data as a data source. So we have to
Mm.
do some more research on that. We're going to get back to you guys on that as we start deploying some of these things and testing it out. But not decided yet on which direction we're going to go with that. But Grafana and Prometheus seem pretty interesting. They seem pretty promising, very feature rich.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely very very feature rich for sure. Um, I just think that it's it's one of those things where yeah, we just gotta figure out like, in worst case scenario, like, here goes the dashboards that we have, and this is and maybe like you said, this is the data that we uh, send to it, and then it just visualizes it. Maybe that's the start of it or something of that nature, um, versus building our own at this point. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we can be focused on. The good thing about it is that the community still seems to support us. They wanted to get better, so I'm just enjoying that ride. So, all right. Well, it's about 30 minutes in right now. So, Tyler, what you excited about for right now? Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, so I actually don't have anything to plug today, other than Astrocon. They put on a great thing. Go check us out there. Go check them out. We'll be there. Things I'm excited about. So I on the background, I've been doing some custom work on SIP. I'm excited to get some of those things merged upstream, and I'm excited to eventually get that integrated into dSIPRouter, get some good unit tests in, and make sure this team stuff doesn't ever happen again. Yeah, testing doesn't sound very spicy and sexy, but it's a lifesaver sometimes. So I am very excited for that. All right, what about you, Mac? Anything to plug, and what are you excited for coming out?
Not, no, that I'm excited that it's the seasons are changing. Typically people start trying to get a lot of stuff done between now and the new year. So I'm excited on the opportunity of like people coming to us and saying, "Hey, I would like this, I want this," things that we haven't thought about, right? So, but nothing like right now that I'm like, "Oh yeah, come check me out here." But we'll see how this week goes, and we'll talk to everybody next week. So again, if you have any questions, concerns, issues, use the link below to join our Slack, and then you'll find me and Tyler there. So take care, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
Have a good one, guys.